Hello and happy Friday to everyone. It's almost weekend and I'm very excited to be with you here today because I have again stepped on my fears and I have decided to talk to you about a favorite topic of mine which may not have been very realistic to discuss as I was a bit swollen before because I gave birth 6 months ago, and only a few days ago, maybe a week ago, I began to de-swollen or to deflate. And I am going to have this great talk with you today that also involves emotions. How do our emotions deal with the food that we eat on a regular basis? And is it that we sometimes eat our emotions instead of actually enjoying our food and feeling the taste and the texture? Now, I'm so passionate about food and such a gourmand that I have decided that next year I'll be starting a new brand called Detoxy, and it's going to be mostly about how NLP goes with emotions and with food, because so many people want to lose weight, which is one of the first mistakes when it comes to your diet, because our subconscious mind does not want to lose anything, even if it's the weight that you rationally do not want anymore. So now let's start with our great topic, fear and food. I am very eager to get your input in the chat box. I want to see what is your opinion on this, and what do you think that causes people to gain weight? Let me know in the comments box because I want to see how you have in your mind the combination between food and emotions set up. Now, before you answer, I want to tell you that it is very important to always have a balanced diet instead of going on a diet. And what I mean by having a balanced diet is by having a balanced lifestyle. And lifestyle doesn't only mean that you eat the right food, that you exercise, or that you have the right amount of sleep, 7 to 8 or even 9 hours for an adult. It depends on your preferences. A balanced diet and a balanced lifestyle also means that you take care of the emotions that you nourish your mind with. Hello, Daniela, nice to see you here. Thank you for joining. Now, when I mean emotions, I mean not only the emotions that you have running in your mind every single day, but I also mean the information that comes from outside, from the media, from the internet, from politics, that may change the way your emotions are already building up inside of you. What I mean by this is frustration. We sometimes accumulate a lot of frustration. Welcome, Liliana, thank you for joining. When we see news on the TV or on the internet and we end up feeling awful after we consume this information that is not helping us at all. For example, politics happening now in the USA. It's such a strong debated subject that good friends, people that know each other for maybe 10, 20, 30 years, fall apart by having this very different decisions when it comes to politics. So mind your emotions, both the ones you have inside you, and I'm going to talk about this in a while, and both the ones that come from the outside, from the media, from the internet, from all the posts we see, because we get very easily manipulated and it affects our overall health and well-being. Now, I have had the pleasure, the privilege to be working with people that want to lose weight over the years. And they had maybe 10, 20 kilos, maybe 30 kilos extra. And as I began to listen to them very closely about their relationship with food, I was very amazed that the way they saw each other in their internal image was broken. It had nothing to do with the food that they ate. I know it may sound strange because you may be thinking that if you eat French fries, you are going to gain 1 kilo on the spot, and it's completely wrong. Actually, what makes us gain a lot of weight, bear with me because you're not going to believe this, is the thought that you put in that particular food, not the food itself. So, for example, I want to eat a burger and I really enjoy this burger. It is so delicious. However, this burger, as I enjoy it so much, I know it has bread, it may have mayonnaise, it may have meat, potatoes, ketchup, and a lot of other ingredients that may not combine in the most perfect way together. And while I have these thoughts running in my mind, although I enjoy this burger a lot, I get to feel frustrated and I get to build these negative emotions thinking that, oh my God, I know it's good, but what am I going to do right now? Hello, Maria. Thank you for coming. Great to have you here. What am I going to do now? Because it's delicious, but these ingredients are not okay. I'm definitely going to put at least 1 pound right now. And guess what happens? Exactly as you think, this is what your mind is going to transmit to your body, that you need to gain weight because the food that you had is not healthy. Now, I am not the type of person that is going to encourage you to eat fast food on a regular basis. Not at all. This is not the point. But I want you to fully enjoy, I want you to learn, and I'm going to learn to teach you how to learn to enjoy your food, even if it is not the best choice that you can have for your health, as you need to start celebrating what you eat. Our body is a temple that needs to have this wonderful time of celebration, of relaxation, of happiness, of enjoyment when we eat. You need to be, of course, cautious and rational when you make your food choices, because you're not going to be Miss Universe if you eat 5 hamburgers a day. Let's be honest, it's not going to happen. However, if you consider looking at your food as nourishment, as pleasure, as a divine gift that is sent to you in order to keep your body healthy, energetic, looking right, and having the amount of stamina that you need to go and have a great day and do a lot of activities, now your relationship with food is going to change completely. So another question that I want to ask you, and I cannot wait to see your comments in the comment box. What is your relationship with food? What do you think of food when it comes to food and your body? A lot of people say, oh, I love it, but it's not okay to eat a lot. Or I enjoy eating, but I wish I would eat less. Or I really like to have quiet, peaceful meals, but I have this in the back of my mind that I need to be really careful when I eat, otherwise I'll gain weight. Now, this is the main issue why you are gaining weight, because this dialogue maybe it's more of a monologue that's going on inside of your mind, is the one to blame for continually building up stress and frustration. Now, what I would encourage you to do from now on is, before you eat, look at your food, analyze it for 2 seconds. You do not need to spend a lot of time doing this, nor you need to get to be in love with your food, not too much, but you may want to observe it, look at its texture, smell it, so that all your senses become aware, and simply say to yourself, either out loud or in your mind, in your thought, this food is nourishment for me and my body. On the spot, something magical is going to happen. You are going to feel this complete sense of relaxation, of feeling at peace with your choices, with your body, and I can guarantee that you are going to eat the right amount of food this time, because as you acknowledge, as you say this rationally, I am going to see this food as nourishment for me, for myself, and for my body. Now, guess what your mind is going to do? It's going to see it as such an amazing divine gift that helps you fuel your body to keep you up and running for the rest of the day. It is that simple. You need to be at peace with every single item that you get inside of your body. You may do this with drinking as well, with water, or maybe you drink too much beer. No judgment here. Maybe you drink too much soda or too much juice. You can do this with every single piece of nourishment, with every single food or drink that you have on the spot, and it's going to change the way your body sees food. Another tip that I want to give you right now is about the image that you have about yourself. How do you see yourself internally with the eyes of your mind? It's not enough to eat right, to have the best emotions when you eat, to exercise a lot, to be very mindful when it comes to your sleep, to be very mindful when it comes to your emotions. If the way you see yourself internally is not balanced with the rest of the things that you do for your lifestyle. So I want to challenge you to let me know in the comments box, how do you see yourself when you look in the mirror? What is the first word that comes to your mind? I used to struggle with this for a long time. I would not like the way my ears would look when I was in the, I think it was in the 5th or 6th grade. I was very frightful not to go out without wearing makeup. I used to think that I am way too skinny when I was in my teens. Then I began thinking that my hair is too big. Then, I could go and talk about this for hours continually. Then I would not be happy with my height. Then I gained some extra pounds, and of course I was not happy with the way that my thighs would look as a teenager. And now I'm asking you, have you had this issue as well? Or am I the only one that had this self-esteem, looking in the mirror problems with my image? Because I have struggled for quite some time, and it's only 2 years ago, when I was 32 years young, that I discovered that unless I start to accept the way I look, and I have to acknowledge that you do not need to necessarily like the way you look. Maybe you have 10 extra pounds. Maybe you want to have a thicker hair, and it's okay to want more. It's okay to be ambitious with your body as well. Maybe you want a six-pack, and that's amazing. If, however, you do not have these things on your body and you really want to, you do not need to indulge yourself or to lie to yourself and simply tell yourself that, oh, I like the way I look and things are going to change. No, you only need to accept the reality that this is how you look now. You need to work and build on this internal self-image of yourself in order to gain the clarity towards what image do you want to move forward. And this is maybe the best and the strongest goals, objectives of them all, the way you look. Because if you don't feel great, if you don't feel well, and if you don't feel like yourself in your skin, things are not going to go well for you, not in your love life, in your financial life, in your business, in your job, in your career, in your relationships, because everything is connected to everything. Now, I want to ask you, what do you think that is the first step that you need to take right now in order to enhance, to increase, to embellish the image, the self-esteem that you have about your internal image right now? I am very curious to see your comments about this, because this has begun to be a taboo subject. Almost all of the persons that I spoke with are not happy with the way that they look. That's okay on a side, that's okay on one side, but on the other side, not liking is some negative frustration that you are building up inside that does not help you to move forward. It's like fear that sneaks in without you even knowing sometimes, well, most of the times, and you are not aware you have it. You struggle, you feel pain, you feel that something is not as it should be in order for you to be not necessarily happy, but at least be at peace with what is happening in your life. And that's why this internal image needs to be very, very well taken care of. And I want to have this very easy tip for you that is as easy to put in practice, like acknowledging that you are okay and that you see nourishment in the food that you eat as a celebration for your body. It's as simple. Decide, and it's a very simple decision, that you accept the way your body looks in the reality that you are right now. I repeat this again because it is so important. I'm going to say this one more time. You do not need to like the way that you look right now if you want to improve your body. Simply accept it as it is right now. And one easy way to do this is when you look at yourself in the mirror. Simply say to yourself, I accept you just the way that you are. Try this. It is extremely mind-blowing and mind-releasing and mind detoxifying for you to acknowledge that you are going to, for sure, work on building the best body that you can for yourself. However, it does not have anything to do with food. It has everything to do with the way that you look at yourself with the eyes of your mind. Now, today's topic is fear and food. How much have I spoken about food? Not too much, because it's not food that's the issue. It's never food that is the issue. It is the way that you see food, the thoughts that you have when it comes to food, and the way that you look at yourself in the mirror. When I began to accept myself, and this is a great story I want you to know, when I began to accept the way that my body looks, the way that my skin looks, because of course I did not like the way that my skin looked. I would always see spots, pimples, dark spots, dull places on my face, on my skin that it seems that only I saw. None of the other people around me saw. And as I began to accept the way that I am, with my curly, very voluminous, large hair that I really appreciate and love now, with my height that is pretty small, 5 foot 3, 1.6 meters, or is it 1.6, 1.60 centimeters. And as soon as I began to accept this, my skin has cleared out. I began having a nicer, more healthier skin because I have released the tension. I have released not only the tension that I would feel when I would look at myself in the mirror and I would feel this conflict going on inside because I was blocked, I was stuck, and I did not know what else to do. But I began releasing this judgment of myself, because when you do not like yourself, you begin to judge yourself a lot. And that hurts the way that you communicate with the people around you. It hurts the way you make choices and the way you decide your life to be from now on. Before I go today, I want to have this recap for you. What to do when it comes to fear, food, and emotions. Because as you saw in my talk today, I barely said anything about food. Of course, you know that if you eat 5 hamburgers a day, you cannot be a swimsuit model. That is certainty. However, if you are conscious, if you are rational about the foods that you choose, and if you see food, if you begin to see food as an amazing, wonderful, divine gift that nourishes your body, and if you say to yourself before eating, before drinking anything, this food or this drink is going to nourish, is the most amazing nourishment for myself and for my body, things are going to change because you make peace with this wonderful gift, because food is a gift that nourishes and fuels your body. The next tip that we talk about today is about your self-image, is how you look at yourself in the mirror. If you're not happy with how you look, you do not need to lie to yourself, to indulge yourself, to like it, to be ecstatic when you see yourself in the mirror, nor do you need to create this false affirmation saying that I am slim, I am slender, and you are not, and you're not going to do anything about it, and it's going to build up even more frustration. What you can do is to accept the way that you look right now, which is going to be such an amazing detentioning for your body. All this tension is going to fade away. Simply accept the way that you look. It's the reality you have now, and acknowledge that you are going to look even better as you begin to work towards this. You are going to take action to look as you have always wanted. Also, we talked about paying attention when it comes to the information, when it comes to the emotions that we are exposed to in social media. This is really important when it comes to everything that you do, because you may start your day feeling amazing, looking great, having your exercise, your mind right, having the right foods, hydrating as well, and then you see something on the news that completely turns your day upside down. And I'm telling you this from my own experience. Be very careful with the media, with the information that you consume that comes from out there. If you take this very easy 3 tips to put into action starting from now, you are going to see such a difference when it comes to your body. You are going to feel healthy and fit because you now are accepting the reality. You're not lying to yourself, you're not deceiving yourself. You're accepting the reality that, okay, I may not like the way I look right now, but I am accepting this. And as soon as you accept, your mind is going to focus on the best solutions for you so that you can start working towards your goal. And I cannot wait to read your comments in the comment box and see what do you think about fear and food and emotions. And I hope you take my challenge seriously and have a look in the mirror. What do you think about yourself when you look in the mirror? Are you your best friend, ally, supporter, confident? Are you your best cheerleader? Because you need to. Otherwise, if you are not 100% there for yourself, who will? I hope I've given you a lot of food for thought today. I want to wish you a happy Friday. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your engagement, and I cannot wait to see you next week. Have a wonderful day ahead, and thank you once again for being here with me. Have a great day ahead. Bye.